Stretching across the entire state of North Carolina is the Mountains to Sea Trail. It is a daunting footpath of almost 1,200 miles along rocky shores with salty ocean air, through dense pine forests riddled with bears, and the fearless woman who has hiked it all but 100 or so miles is Jane Green. To do such a feat takes a person of a different kind of moral fiber. So what makes Jane Green unique? She has passion. Jane has been a flutist since the 5th grade, but in 1974, everything Jane and her husband owned burned up in a moving van fire from New York to Georgia. Her sterling silver flute was in the back of that van. As a gift, her husband Jerry bought her a new flute, and she began playing again while her children were little. Since moving to Crowsdale, she has played her flute more in the past 4 years than she has in decades. She has jumped right into the Rusty Pipes, a ragtag band of music enthusiasts, and the Magic Flutes, a group of flute players who play everything from Christmas carols to 6-part harmonies. What draws Jane back for every practice is the laughter with friends.
So it's just fun. I mean, it's just fun, you know? Only do what's fun. At this age, only do what's fun. In fact, as you age, music is the last thing to go.
Because music is something she never wants to let go of. Being passionate is just one step in the journey of who Jane is. She's also driven by her dedication. Every morning, by 7 a.m., rain or shine, Jane is already out of the house for her walk, crunching leaves underfoot in her path, with one dog barreling forward eager to smell the outdoors, and the other shivering in the cold, detesting Jane for dragging her outside. Along her way, Jane stops by each neighbor's driveway to scoop up their newspaper and bring it closer to their porch. Her heart goes out to the situations of her community. Some of her neighbors shouldn't risk hurting themselves bending down, so she'll do it for them. Jane finds little ways to help and love on others. If Jane can't find time to head out to the trails to hike, you can find her working with dedication in exercise class, with her friends sweating alongside her. The sense of community drew Jane and her husband to Crowsdale, and it wasn't long before she wanted to create her own ripple in the water.
Once out, Beauvoir quickly sped by him, as did Peter. Their footsteps sounded like wild horses as they raced through the storm toward the home with its welcoming lights.
In memory of her beloved mother, who was blind but had a fiery passion for reading, Jane started a book club for visually impaired residents, where she reads novels out loud to them and then leads a discussion about the story. She desired to go beyond the confines of audiobooks, the most easily available reading option for the visually impaired, and wanted to provide the things her mom loved most to others, connecting with the characters and delving into the complexity of the novel's plot. To make this inclusive for all, she even creates chapter summaries printed in large font, so any new member can easily pick up on the storyline. But her sense of community doesn't stop there. Every Saturday, Jane volunteers at the Crowsdale gift shop. Her pride for Crowsdale is evident as she takes care in arranging all the gift items, some even crafted by Crowsdale's very own residents. She warmly shares their stories and the care and effort gone into making each product. Since proceeds go to the Crowsdale residents themselves, Jane cheerfully helps each customer finding their perfect selection in a tiny room packed with trinkets and delights. To help the time pass on slower days, she shares pictures of her grandson with her friends, or knits baby blankets to donate. Even beyond the gates of Crowsdale, Jane feels a calling to help the younger generations get their start on the right path, and she volunteers at Hillendale Elementary to tutor 2nd graders. With the help of Peepop, the founder of the tutoring program between Hillendale and Crowsdale, Jane tutors 2 students, Ja'Cory and Tamaya. When Jane first started with Ja'Cory, his timid personality was evident from his whisper with a high-pitched squeaky voice. As she is getting to know him, Jane is wholeheartedly investing love and compassion towards him to build a bond of mentorship, from encouraging him to read out loud to taking it like a champ when she earns a crushing defeat in Go Fish. When it comes to Tamaya's bubbly personality radiates through the room and matches Jane's enthusiasm effortlessly. The two of them share laughter, fly through activities, and read storybooks out loud in silly voices.
Before Port Orlando goes is what I love the most.
But all of the things she does would not be possible without the love and support she receives from her family. Her two children, Rachel and David, have both grown up to lead lives that make their parents proud. But keeping Jane cozy while they're away are her two girls, Kenna, a rescue dog who wiggled her way into Jane's lap at the shelter, and subsequently wiggled her way into Jane's heart.
You're still working on being a perfect dog. Wait a minute, you are a perfect dog. Yes, you are.
And Miley, a mini poodle lovingly nicknamed Little Girl, whose spunky attitude is unmatchable. Yet, out of everyone, Jane's rock and guiding hand has always been her husband, Jerry.
No, I couldn't stand him when I first met him, actually. I needed a ride to the shopping area to get my roommate a birthday present, and he had a car. After we went, and I bought the present, he said, "You want to go out on the beach and have a beer?" I said, "Sure." So we did. That was it. I knew right then. He did too. I guess we had dated several times, and he said, "Do I have to keep asking you out every time?"
And almost 50 years strong, Jane and Jerry still have that spark. While Jane can easily be characterized by what she does, from hiking to playing flute, I believe Jane Green is characterized by how she loves. Through imparting wisdom to those around her and gently caring for others' well-being, to sharing laughter with friends in stolen moments, Jane Green is a woman to admire because she loves deeply, endlessly, and wholeheartedly.